So
they look like twins from the back, don't they?
Early corner for the light blue then.
Yeah, and this is where the Army need to. We can't have a repeat of what happened against the Navy. Early test. I know Lee would have been saying, do not give away cheap corners.
So Rachel Griffiths then with the corner, and Daisy Burnfield in goal will try and control that, and that was pumped away. But the RAF still in possession, and they will try and use that as the Army home run on them. Burnfield again shooting that out.
Yeah, good hands by Daisy, but I think the player's gone. I think that's made by Tara Parker, who's gone down in the box, possibly with a head injury.
That is Tara, yeah. So we'll just assess the time here. Nobody wants an injury this early on, especially in a game.
Yeah, they're calling for the.
She is up and moving, so that's always a good sign. But I think she'll need a check. I mean, head injuries are a massive talking point in every sport at the moment.
Yeah, you can never be too careful. So hopefully she gets a quick check over and she's good.
We are glad to be bringing you this, of course, live on Forces News YouTube and Facebook. I do understand we're having a few technical issues at the moment, so I hope you can join us at some point, because this will be a marvellous finale for this inter-services. And a reminder, of course, that the men play later at Shrewsbury Town, and that's the RAF men against the Army, and that's the Army's to win. So slightly more positive from the Army last week with a 3-0 win over the Royal Navy, and there was a draw in the first match, so it's the Army's to lose in a way, whereas Burnfield clears the ball from the Army goal, and the ladies in red will, but the Blues are back in possession and win a free kick there. Little mistakes do add up, don't they?
Yeah, of course, and as I said, the one thing I know for a fact Lee Barry would have said is do not give away cheap free kicks on the edge of the area.
It's like a #1 rule.
Yeah.
So what input have you had this week, Kempi, with the team? Just basic skills, going back in and saying, or are you in there as a sort of, mental health coach as well?
Yeah,
I don't know how it works.
I'm just there for the girls. I do all the strength and conditioning stuff with them. I'm the development. I've been with Ryan under the dev team assistant coach this year. So obviously it's just Ryan's moving up to the first team next year, and I'll be going as the S&C coach with him.
Rachel Griffiths then with the free kick for the RAF, but that goes way over the top and actually over the stand. So I don't know if that's going to be a lost ball.
Yep, new ball coming on.
I don't know if they've got a ball boy behind the stand in the woods there. So Burnfield will have possession there to clear for the Army. Daisy won't have liked letting in so many goals last week either.
No, and obviously giving away the penalty as well. I know she'll be pretty upset about. But free kick for the Army. I think that's a foul on Courtney Jones there. So the Army will be looking to exploit the wings. As you can see that, trying to hit Lois Jacobs, not quite making it.
Does the artificial pitches, do they affect the way that the ball travels? I imagine so, especially on the pitch itself.
Yeah, so it's a lot faster. I personally prefer it. I love playing on 3G just because, like I said, it improves the speed of the game.
Army then taking advantage of a loose ball there, and Imogen Fisher, who made such an impact with 2 wonderful goals last week, almost won it back for the Army on the halfway line, but the Light Blues back in possession here, and the Army need to clear their lines. There's been a lot happening to our right here. The RAF haven't been able to get it up their end yet. Sorry, the Army haven't been able to get up their end.
No, just waiting for the Army to settle down a little bit. Nice little turn there by Anna Birtwhistle, lovely feet, and that's lovely. A great ball.
3 for Fisher there.
Gemma Dinnan. So yeah, that was Gemma Dinnan just trying to get on the end of that one. So Imogen Fisher, so number 11.
Very tall.
Very tall player,
just look for the tall one.
That's
it. It's a little bit scrappy, but we often find that at the beginning of such a crucial game, as people sort of find their feet, so to speak, in this, well, in any sport, really.
Yeah, I think if the Army get an early goal, it'd do their confidence a world of good. Nice, short ball, got to be, yeah, free kick, blatant free kick there. Obviously, that was Gabby Collette, just got away from number 7, which was, I believe, Pip Wilson. I think she's going in the book for that. Looks like she's booking her for a deliberate pullback.
Yeah, and a yellow card, so need to be aware of that.
Yeah. Right, we need a good delivery now. Looking for Tara Parker to whip this one in. You can see Gemma Dinnan just wanting this ball in the centre.
Parker then into the middle, into the melee there. The Army need to control it. Like Fisher at the end. Oh, it has. Okay. Was that Fisher offside?
Yeah, I believe so.
So, first time it's been down that end of the pitch, and the Army were close, but the RAF now back in possession. What was it about the RAF performance in the first week? Quite clinical against the Royal Navy. Yeah,
they were. As I said, it was just a chance now for the RAF, just cutting inside,
Farrow.
Looking for the...
So Farrow with a lovely ball, and there are actually 2 heads going for it, and one foot, but possibly a little bit too far in front of them there.
Yeah, they'll be disappointed with that. That they didn't put that one in the back of the net, but Farrow, she was a player who massively stood out. In the first half, she didn't get much against the Navy, but second half, she came into her own and was a real threat, and that's somebody who's got great pace, and it will definitely be a danger for the Army.
Pip Wilson and Rachel Griffiths both going for that Farrow cross, but there's definitely signs there of what they're capable of, and it's very telling when a side win to 0 as well, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Now we're just looking for Anna Butwhistle, just not...
a mistake there.
Lois Jacobs is in. Can she make something of this? We've got Gemma Dinnan in the box.
Arrowsmith, having made the mistake, is fighting back for the Light Blues. And Butwhistle again. But the RAF managing to keep it. Okay, so that's Army ball. The RAF then with another chance at the feet of Rachel Griffiths, and she's off to the right, but straight into the hands of Daisy Burnfield there. The safe hands of Daisy. She's played UCAF football as well, hasn't she?
Yeah, she's got a lot of experience, Daisy, which is why I think she's obviously got that #1 position.
It's so important role of the goalkeeper to keep heads up and also head steady as well during a match like this.
Just a push in the back by Dinnan on Cat Beaver #4.
So Charlotte Arrowsmith to Beaver. And another hoof from the Royal Air Force ladies. But the Army defence at the moment kept them out this far. Oh, I think she...
it's not gone. It's not gone.
No.
She needs to watch that out. Nice little flick.
She seemed more concerned about the player rather than the ball there.
She needs to fully make sure that ball's gone. Yeah, Imogen Fisher just offside position there.
I'd say that's because she's so tall. She just probably breaks the offside line quite a few times. You'll gather from a lot of my commentary that I've got an issue with my height. You see. Blessed with a couple more inches would have been nice. Beaver then to Arrowsmith here on the right wing. And lovely ball forward there.
Yeah, good defending by Tara Parker, #5, but yeah, as you said, great ball.
It was. Pip Wilson couldn't really control that as she would have wanted to, but it is still an RAF throw-in. There's a lot of pushing and shoving going on down there. So Arrowsmith again with a ball in to Griffiths. And the RAF desperately trying to get it away, but Army proving to be a bit of a wall at the moment, which will be good for the ladies in red. So for the third time, another Arrowsmith throw-in. And that was tipped forward. So we've got an RAF corner, and we know they are dangerous from this, and it's I believe Rachel Griffiths who will take this, as she did before.
Yeah, she put a good ball in before as well. Probably going to be looking for the head of Cat Beaver, who's up against Courtney Jones.
So the RAF for the corner. It's still goalless here at Leek Town in the final game of the Inter-Services 2023 as Griffiths plays it in. Will it reach a light blue head? No, but Burnfield's there.
Yeah, Burnfield did really well there, getting
Really
amongst
safe.
it, keeping that ball close to her chest.
Burnfield then clears for the Army into the middle of the pitch, and she's reached Lois Jacobs there.
A bit late
Who's
on
down.
Lois Jacobs,
Yeah.
number 2.
And herself a free kick there.
Megan Herbert. We have to obviously mention that the team sheets sometimes don't necessarily correspond with the correct shirt numbers, so apologies if we do get some of the RAF players mixed up.
As I said to Kempi, I'm hoping the more live streams we do, the more understanding there'll be how important the shirt numbers are, especially to a Luddite like myself who doesn't know the faces as well as you do.
They just change it on shirt sizes as soon as they get in
Yeah,
there.
fair enough. So Fisher there out on the right wing for the Army, and we all know that she's very handy in that position. Some lovely dancing feet.
Lovely little nutmeg by Fisher, just the ball in the box, just couldn't find an Army player.
Instead it found an RAF player, and they are looking to clear their lines here. Little bump there as well. So still goalless here at Leek Town between the RAF women and the Army women. Just a reminder, the RAF won their first game 3-0 against the Royal Navy, and then the following week the Royal Navy beat the Army 5-2. So on paper the Light Blues looks like it should be just an easy win for them, but that's if you've never met the Army before, as the Light Blues lovely take there.
Great tackle by Barnard.
Yeah,
Just to slow her down in her tracks, so I think she was going to pull the trigger there.
but that was Lucy Farrow again with some great footwork to sort of avoid the tackle. In the end it was effective, and the Army are looking to clear their goal at the moment as Beaver takes it near the middle, but still in the Army's throws. Back to Farrow, who's proved very effective on this left wing.
Oh, what
And
a ball.
Would go in, but no, Burnfield
Great
is
ball.
there again as she met a sliding Rachel Griffiths. Again, Pip Wilson and Rachel Griffiths in the thick of things down there.
Yeah, and that's my worry, that it's only going to be a matter of time before one of those go in.
Farrow, Wilson, Griffiths are the names you need to be aware of in that front lineup for the RAF ladies. As Arrowsmith again has another throw in from the sideline. Hard to call really who's in control of this at the moment, Kempi. I mean, probably Light Blues have had a bit more ball, but the Army haven't, a couple of offside calls, but they've been in the right place.
Yeah, agreed. I think the RAF have created the better chances, but they haven't been overrun by any means by the RAF.
The Army then in possession at the moment into a congested left wing here.
Yeah, just working the line, just trying to get up into that final third. Just a few little flicks and knocks on.
Energy levels seem a little bit down. Do you think that's a little bit nervous, cautious? Both of them with the inter-services on the line here.
Yeah, it could well be. I mean, I just want the Army to take this game by the scruff of the neck, as they say, and really attack this game. But the RAF, they're going to be wanting to do the same thing as well. And we've already seen what quality they have going forward, and how quick the RAF can transition and turn it into an attack. So, yeah, I think both teams will be a little bit nervous. I think the Army maybe more so.
just finding something to keep my team list on the... there we go, that'll help. So a reminder, of course, that the same fixture but for the men takes place later tonight, and that's at 7 o'clock from Shrewsbury Town. And in that, the RAF and the Royal Navy drew 1-1 in the first match, and the Army then beat the Royal Navy 3-0 last week in Aldershot. So again, looks like it should be an Army Inter-Services win, but don't write anyone off, as the Light Blues are back in the goal area, but again failed to convert, and it's out to Fisher on the right wing. Army defence proving to be pretty strong there at the moment, Kempy. I mean, I think they've got a point to prove, and that's possibly part of it.
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, I think shipping 5 goals, no one's going to be happy about that. So they do definitely need to tighten up, and there have been a few changes made within that back line. So the players who are on the pitch have obviously got a point to prove as well.
Okay, so thanks to everyone who's joining us on Forces News YouTube or Facebook. Please let us know who you're supporting, where you're watching from. We like to bring your comments onto this BFBS commentary, and mostly it's about how Kempy should get her boots on, but I can tell you she does have them on should she need to go on. But I don't want to offend you, but I don't think they'll get that desperate.
No, I know, mate. Yes, no, not offended at all.
It's the Army then getting a bit more possession as Light Blues have another throw-in from the sideline. Cat Beaver then feeding it in. We haven't really got close to... There's been a couple of chances for the Light Blues, but that'll go to, silly mistake.
Yeah,
really.
and that's exactly what Lee's going to be absolutely fuming about is, you've ushered a ball out there to go for a corner. Come on, let's switch on. And that's things that could now, if they score now, would just be something heartbreaking to look back on, something which could have easily been prevented. So let's hope this ball... Well, I'm obviously talking from an Army point of view, but the RAF will be looking to capitalise on this and get the ball in the net.
Griffiths then with the corner and reaches the head of Emma Hollingsworth, but fails to convert, just goes right at the goal. And that was, counts as another attempt, of course, but that was nowhere near the goal mouth. And Burnfield has possession again for the Army. Just look to clear her lines, which is telling her players to get a bit further out.
Good flick on by Gemma Dinning, looking for Lois Jacobs. But great defending, knock it back to the keeper. Keeper did well.
Real scrap there in the middle. A lovely ball out to Farrow, whether that was intentional or not. But Farrow with the ball on the left wing, just holding it back until she can see a player. But been lovely, well stolen by
Tara
the
Parker.
Army.
Yeah, great defending there. Oh, a lovely little dummy by Imogen Fisher. Can she keep that in?
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, good.
Well, that would be an Army throw. Yeah, glimpses of brilliance here from ladies. We know that the Army in any sport will be dangerous, especially probably when they're a wounded animal like they are at the moment.
Absolutely.
So the Army then would throw it in their half, and they need to capitalise on this, but Light Blues fight it back.
Yeah, nicely worked by the RAF.
Another hoof there from the Army, and that's going to go out, isn't it? So Light Blue throw in. Abigail Hayes over there on the far sideline with the throw in. And the RAF definitely up on goals, having scored 3 against the Royal Navy. The Army with 2 Fisher goals.
Oh, it's in! It's in!
Wow, didn't see that happening.
Keeper mistake.
Emily Gascoigne will be gutted
She
with that.
will be. Wow, it wasn't even a hard strike really by Anna Birtwistle, but worth a punt, and she'll be absolutely buzzing with that she had that shot.
The odd thing about that is Birtwistle didn't actually put 400% into that kick anyway, but yeah, unfortunately for Emily Gascoigne, went through legs and arms.
Yeah, she'll be gutted. I don't know if that's because she hasn't had too much to do, so maybe she switched off a little bit, but that's what happens. Anything can happen, so just have a go, and yeah, Anna will be buzzing with that. However, there's still a long way to go in this game, and you cannot write the RAF off. You know, it wouldn't surprise me if they come back now with a strong attack.
Yeah, I was just talking about the Army being a wounded beast, and now the RAF will, having lost first blood to the Army, well, hopefully that will bring up the energy levels a little bit there, but wow, that was unexpected. And do you know what, Lee did say earlier that if they get that first goal, it will give them so much confidence, and that's when the Army are dangerous. But the RAF are reigning champions. They've got some great players in their side, and they've got a long time to equalise or go one better. Yeah,
I don't think the RAF will be panicking, if I'm honest with you. I know the players within that team, and you know it's still early days, and there's plenty of time for them to turn this around. So on one hand, I hope the Army do gain the confidence that they need, but I hope they don't get too complacent as well.
Birtwistle, of course, missing from last week, so that'll be her saying, yeah, imagine if you'd had me last week, maybe.
Yeah, she does make a difference. Yeah.
The Army then firing on all cylinders now after that early goal. They lead 1-0 here at Leek Town due to a slightly fortunate score from Anna Birtwistle. Emily Gascoigne in goal, not had much to do so far, and possibly paid the price for that.
Yeah, just a foul there by Gabby Collette. So she lost the ball there, and then obviously tried to put in a cheeky little tackle to just stop that attack.
So thanks again to anyone who's watching live on Forces News Facebook and YouTube. Like I say, do let us know where you're watching from, and if you are supporting anyone in particular.
Great ball there by Lois Jacobs, looking for Imogen Fisher. Oh, just that final ball.
Do you know what Imogen Fisher was really good at in last week's game with her 2 goals? Was that unexpected second one, which she fought for. She was right there in the goal mouth. But her strike of the first one was just brilliant.
Oh, it was amazing. I would be buzzing if I could score a goal like that. No, it was absolute quality, and it's good having Imogen, because she just knows she's a great finisher of the ball.
Gascoigne there redeeming herself. I mean, that was straight at her, but so was the goal. So
do you know what? It's hard being. I would not want to be a goalkeeper.
Oh, don't.
You make a mistake and the world's ended. But if a striker makes a mistake, no one really notices, do they?
Absolutely. I've got ultimate respect for goalkeepers, and Emily will do and has done a marvellous job, as the other goalkeeper, Daisy Burnford, other end, makes it safe for the Army. But she just needs to keep her head up, because she's got to have faith in her RAF colleagues that they can get this game back in control. Yeah,
she just needs to get that out of her system. Yeah, foul on Lois Jacobs there.
So the Army 1-0 up here at Leek Town for what is the RAF's home game, but they are at an advantage with a 3-0 win in the first match, but they are 1-0 down here. So, and just a reminder, of course, if the Army win by less than 4 goals, then the title will go to the Royal Navy after their 5-2 win over the Army last week. The Army would have to score 4 by...
Oh, is that in?
No.
Oh, no.
I would have got a little bit more excited. No, that was always a bit left to go.
My eyesight's not the best. Get a bit too excited.
Kempy needs binoculars, people.
I'm just up here trying to blow it in.
I will stay as neutral as possible, of course. Yeah, the RAF don't want to panic, but the Army may well fire everything at Emily Gascoigne now.
Great work by Tara Parker there.
Ball still in. Yeah, they do seem to be getting it to Fisher there on the right wing, or looking to get it to Fisher on the right wing. Where's Imogen Fisher come from? I don't remember from previous years. She's been around.
So she's come through the development squad, yeah. So
Yeah.
she hasn't been in the army, only been in the army a few years, and she progressed through the dev team.
Yeah.
But straight away we noticed in the dev she had that little bit of class. She was way above everyone else, and yeah. So it wasn't long, to be honest, before Lee started playing there for the first team, and she's just excelled. She's just got better and better, and she's one of the top players, obviously, with Demi Edwards for the Army Medical Corps.
Heather Mearns there being penalised, I think, so the RAF have got a free kick. I think that's also going in the book, Kempe.
Yep, that's one each now, I believe.
Yeah, yellow card being shown. Sorry, is she giving it to Griffiths? I'm confused there. Or is she giving
I thought she gave it to Mearns.
Yeah. Well, I know Kat Beaver went over, but
yeah,
I wasn't quite sure who she was giving it to then.
They've got the free kicks, I'm assuming it was.
Yeah. Okay, so the RAF with a free kick on the halfway line. And they'll be looking to goal because they need to score here.
Oh, straight in the...
Ooh, Farrow there.
Yeah, she's had a few chances now, hasn't she?
Yeah. Apologies, that wasn't Farrow. My mistake. That was Megan Herbert with the strike, but it was way over the top of the goal as Burnfield, back in control for the Army. And they've been very good in midfield here, Army, getting the ball out to their front strikers. Every little mistake is given a shoulder shrug by Kempe, but the RAF then back on the halfway line. They are 1 goal down here at Leek Town. Reminder, this is the final game of the Inter-Services 2023. And we are half an hour in here as the RAF are back in possession, and they've put all their women forward as they search for a goal much needed. A draw would give them the title, a win would give them the title, but a loss would hand the title to the Royal Navy. The Army need to win by 4 goals, a 4-goal difference, I think it is.
That's correct, yeah.
If they are to stand any chance of winning the Services title, and do you know what? They'll feel they can do it.
Oh, just is that in? Yeah, keeper's not gone
in.
for it.
Yeah,
go on.
Fisher could just feed
Go
that
on.
in. Oh,
just in the wrong place. It's a great ball in.
Lovely.
Just unfortunately, no Army player there to get on the end of it.
She was just a metre behind there.
Pushing the back. That'd be a free kick, Army.
Courtney Jones then down momentarily. We'll stretch her back out. And it'll be Lois Jacobs who takes this free kick here. As it's all important adjustment of the socks. It's the Army looking for their second.
Great ball in by Jacobs.
Lovely. Just dropped in, didn't it?
Yeah.
And the Army have definitely improved. They're much tighter. That's why she moves it out, unfortunately. But I think she was looking for Lois Jacobs there, but imagine she was much further forward than she was.
Yeah, too much on it. But this is where the Army need to capitalise. And you know, when you're in that final third, in those good positions, you just need to make the most of those balls and not just hit them out. So expect a little bit more from the Army if they're going to, get some more goals.
They definitely look like they've upped it a level since they scored a goal, and that's only natural, giving them a bit of confidence here. A win's a win, regardless of whether you win an Inter-Services title. I think against the reigning champions as well, that'll be what they're gunning for. But the RAF need to keep their heads up and remember what they've achieved so far.
Yeah, offside.
So it's 1-0 here to the Army as Daisy Burnfield comes forward, very far forward, to try and get her girls in red back in goal action. Not an unexpected goal from the Army, but as things have gone so far, possibly the RAF would have looked to be scoring early. Who doesn't? Who doesn't want that first goal in such a crucial game? But silly little mistakes from the Army are costing them here.
Yeah, definitely they need to tighten up a little bit. But the RAF will also be thinking, going in at half time, if they don't score a goal, how many they could have possibly tucked away.
Pip Wilson then again. Oh, lovely chip there.
Cat Beaver
Cat
just
Beaver
trying
again,
to...
Yeah, I mean, the rest of the attempts by the RAF have gone way over the goal. And Cat Beaver there being very clever and just sort of trying to chip it over Burnfield, or at least chip it to the right. But it was at least a metre wide of the goal post. The Army need to clear their lines.
Yeah, just not mess about with it here. Just do not... Quite lucky there.
Fortunate, yes, that went out of play. So an Army throw-in, but they are deep in RAF territory. And Cat Beaver fighting for the ball there. And yeah. And I think that'll be a relief to get back to Burnfield. Yeah, she's saying, calm down, girls.
Yeah, I just want Daisy to take her time a little bit.
Yeah.
To let the players get set. Sometimes we rush it out from the back and then the Army players aren't even in a position to receive it.
We'll let that go to Gascoigne.
Gemma Din just chasing down.
Oh, lovely. See, another sign from the Army how determined they are.
Yeah.
The RAF just need to keep it neat, need to keep it tidy. Yeah, lovely. Keep it in there.
Good tackle by Barnard. Just good covering from Gabby Collette.
Pip Wilson with some dancing feet though, as Arrowsmith comes to collect the ball for a throw in here.
She's a very good player, Pip Wilson. Great feet.
To Beaver, back to Arrowsmith, but hoof forward there by Lois Jacobs, and she's down again.
Yeah, she's not afraid to get stuck in, Lois, and to the detriment of, she does win a few free kicks for the Army. I'm hoping she's okay, because she's such an important player for us.
It looks like she's holding her lower back, so we should hope that she is moving, but the medics have been called, so let's just hope Lois can get up again. So as we sort of have a little bit of a hiatus here, Kempi, you say that a lot of the Royal Navy are watching. Are you know, I mean, would they be happy with an in-services win if it came to them this way, having, you know, lost that first game? I mean, I know that's almost a silly question, but as a sports person, you want to win outright, don't you?
Of course, but the Navy, you know, having never won this trophy, I think they will take it. I think they will. It's a start, and they can next time maybe improve by winning both games. But it was, you know I've got my Army head on here, but watching how the Navy came out, the attitude they had against the Army, you know, they were fantastic. They just didn't lie down. They were just like, do you know what? Yes, we've had a bit of a hammering from the RAF, but we know we can do better. And fair play to them. They really stuck it to the Army in that game, and they'll be wanting us to stick it to the RAF.
Lois Jacobs then is standing up, but she's definitely got a problem with her lower back. Whether that was from a tackle or she really hoofed the ball as well, and then she fell on her back. So that's all the best to Lois Jacobs. We'll see whether she's able to stay on or whether she's going to be taken off. But just quickly, as we've got a few seconds here, Kempi, let's look at that goal by Anna Burntwhistle. From what you remember, we'll talk us through it. I mean, she wasn't passing back to the goalie, but it was a bit of a half-hearted attempt.
Yeah, she obviously didn't get a lot on it. Would have been an easy take for a keeper, really. But I think it went between her legs, if I remember rightly. So,
and arms.
Yeah. So
Gascoigne went down to sort of pick the ball up, and it went through everything. I think it's classic. Take your eye off the ball. Yeah.
So good play by Anna to just gain a little bit of space from her defender.
I mean, again, she can't blame the pitch as we get back to play here, and Lois Jacobs, unfortunately, has had to go off. She's just on the sideline here, but she is moving well, so it's all right for now.
Yeah, she's just trying to get the ref's attention to come.
Okay, she's going to come back on. Great news. Okay, so the RAF back in possession as Lois Jacobs comes back on for the Army, and that's made its way to Farrow there, but the long legs of Imogen Fisher there feeding it back.
Yeah, good defending by the RAF, number 6. Emma Hollingsworth did really well there. Again, it's Imogen Fisher on the right-hand side. She's got Lois Jacobs and Gemma Dinnan inside the area, with Courtney just
hovering.
Yeah.
Griffiths there controlling things in midfield. That's out to Pip Wilson, her of the dancing feet, and there she goes again, but yep, RAF throw-in, and she'll leave that for Arrowsmith, which frees her up in the goal area for the light blues. Yeah, Arrowsmith deciding to play it safe, and back to Emma Hollingsworth, who hoiks it in, and an attempt there from Hannah Hale, but again wide of the post.
Yeah, Daisy, we take them all day, to be honest.
Yeah.
Not troubling her whatsoever.
You could see that was wide of the post, though.
Yeah, I could see that one.
About 3 metres wide.
I wear lenses. Oh, clear foul there.
Yeah, what's the argument for attempts like that one, which was, you know, an attempt,
yeah,
but at the same time she could have maybe fed it off to someone else for a more effective attempt?
Yeah, of course, if you was a player who was in a better position, you'd be screaming at that ball. But then it's that, you know, if that would have went in, everyone would have been saying, oh fantastic.
What a strike, yeah. Where'd that come from? Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure Anna Birtwhistle was, if the keeper picked that up, everyone would have gone, should have passed that.
Yeah, went straight to her.
Yeah.
Yes, it did. And straight through her, in fact. Oh, Dinning there.
Offside.
Her back, but,
yeah, another offside.
Yeah. Emily Gascoigne being challenged there by Anna Birtwhistle, but safely in the hands of the RAF goalkeeper, and the Light Blues are back in possession, still searching for that goal. I know in their match against the Royal Navy, and that is not deemed offside, but it's going to go. Oh, that's straight in. Pip Wilson there. She's been threatening, and she got the best of Burnfield there.
Yeah, fantastic finish. You know, what a great ball as well. Just caught the Army sleeping, to be honest. They need to be better than that at the back, but you can't take it away. You know, she has been threatening all game, and a fantastic finish by the RAF.
She did there. She was so close to offside. You know, she's on that line, and it was such a lovely ball forward. And she toyed with Burnfield, and possibly Burnfield should have got a bit low, but she managed to dink it in underneath her. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, just watching the replay now. What a ball to just bypass the Army's defence. They're in no man's land.
She just had enough. She had an extra metre there against Burnfield, and that would be. But that's 1-1. You said it would happen, Kempe,
yep,
and we know what the RAF are capable of. And with game on, then we are 1-1 here.
Back
at
to
Lake
square
Town.
one for the Army.
Yep. And that in turn will give the Light Blues the confidence they were looking for after going down a goal. But yeah, Pip Wilson's been threatening. Those that top three have been looking threatening all game, and so it was only a matter of time. 2 1-on-1s then, really, with the goals so far, and both have been successful.
Yeah, like I said, you can't write the RAF off. This will now just give them a bit more confidence, and I'm pretty sure they'll just go on the attack now. Again, looking at number 7, they're going to look for that diagonal ball. Gabby Collette just needs to be aware that she's on her shoulder and get a little bit closer to her, maybe, because she was too far away from her in that instance, and she was through.
I think Wilson has pace as well, which was very evident in that goal. She had just a metre ahead of Daisy Burnfield if they were going for the same ball, as Arrowsmith fields at the back here for the RAF. It has got a bit brighter here. The rain stopped, which is good for our equipment. So Farrow receives it on the left wing. Can she keep it in? Ooh. So the Army are calling it out, but no. Beaver to Farrow, and that will go out, and that'll be goal kick for Burnfield.